Hey, day 102 of Hey, what are you doing today? Um, I think it was day two. I said, what an amazing world, and it really is. It's just, it's amazing the way things unfold, amazing the way things turn out sometimes. And the reason I bring that up, I'd mentioned yesterday how I kind of felt the ether reach out and turn me in a complete 180, and it was funny. Just kind of I could almost feel the initial cycle ending. Totally unplanned, totally not really based on the fact that I'd reached that day 100. As I mentioned, on day 100, I was hoping to have some big turnaround, and then immediately day 101, 102, it's like, for lack of a better saying, the script has been flipped, and it's a whole different path, a whole different attitude, a whole different course that I'm going down now. Initially the first 100 days, oddly enough, turned into a self-development course, and creating that foundation, which initially I had no intentions of, no desire to go down that road. It's just kind of the way things took me, and I let myself kind of just be pushed by that, be taken by that river, that flow of energy, and I went down that course. And towards the end of that first 100 days, I was kind of finding myself returning to some things, kind of in a rut, not coming across as much freshness that I was hoping for, and kind of in a little bit of an information rut. And then day 100 came, and I was kind of down a little bit, and then all of a sudden 101 and 102 are here, and everything's changed. I'm back on course, looking at what the initial intention was, the putting together a business and escaping the zombie life of working for someone else and being under someone else's thumb and command, and not being my own person. The end goal is, of course, to be entirely self-sufficient, to be doing things that I enjoy doing, to be earning income under my control, under my direction, be in charge of something, to have created something, and to feel empowered by that. And immediately on day 101, things came in. I found a piece that I'm reading on new businesses and the new technologies that are around us, and how that's changing the face of business, and it's opening up all these little tangents of opportunity. As I mentioned, different. It's like opening up new spider webs in the brain. It's the way it kind of feels. All of a sudden, all these different lights are flashing upstairs, and that's exactly how it feels. And all of a sudden it's branching off in a different way. On the one side, I still have the foundation that I was initially working on, and now it's back into the business. And what's really cool about it is, not only did I find that this book that is opening that up, and also 3 or 4 other books that are now on my list to read. And as I mentioned before, I'm taking them one at a time now, versus dabbling a little bit, kind of like I was in the self-development courses that I was finding. Now I'm concentrating on one book from start to finish, and then the next book, and taking them from there as I learn the business. But on top of that, it's been on the back of my mind to find a mentor, to find someone I can converse with and talk with, and speaking honestly and from my heart, I'm not at a level where I'm as comfortable and confident as I think I would like to be, to open that door on a personal basis with somebody, where I'm having an interaction, whether that be over the phone, email, whatever the case might be. I can feel that's not what I'm looking for. Even though it might be beneficial, it's kind of but the reason I bring that up is because, and I'm not real sure how I found this person, but I found this person that's developed this course, and he had emailed me this, a 30-day course, and this has been, maybe a month or so ago, and, I got all the emails, but I never opened it up and never looked at the course, and each course is broken down into days, and oddly enough, I started it yesterday, which was day 101, so on the first day, and there was no planning, no anything to that. Just all of a sudden, day 101, I opened up, and I said, you know what, and I didn't even realize at the time. I realized the day at 102. I said, hey, wow, I'm on day 2 and it's day 102. It's just an interesting numbers thing there, and starting this next phase. They go really well hand in hand. And as this course goes, day 1 there's a project, day 2 there's a project. I'm not looking forward. I'm just reading the pages as they come. So I'm on day 2, and I did the second part of the project, and now that's going to be a part of my daily tasks. And you know, the initial task was to decide, you know, of course, some basic things that I've heard before, and that's, you know, set a goal and set a date and set a time and set, you know, create a vision for that. And because it's a 30-day course, I gave myself a 30-day time frame to develop some kind of small online entity that generates income. Now, I don't care if it just brings me a quarter, 50 cents, whatever. If somehow I get some income that comes in, or some kind of reimbursement in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna count that as a success. So that's my motivation the next 30 days, or to put together this project. And you know, it's as this path goes, this year of change that I've decided and put on myself as it goes. It's just so intriguing to me that how this is. It's almost like a rebirth, like after, you know, we'll go through our ups and downs, or I know I'll go through my high tides and my low tides, and as long as I stay focused on this, something's going to be achieved in the end. But it's interesting to see that, you know, now it's like, here it is, and it's, as I mentioned before, something that I read about Taoism, that everything unfolds at a natural pace, you know, as you know, and if you just let it go, if you have the desire, and you know, you pursue that desire, as long as it's not forced, it's going to naturally unfold in a natural way, and you're going to get everything that you want, everything that you need, as you need it, and as, you know, as the ether senses that you're ready for it, and it's just so just a perfect timing. So I'm back on business development. I'm back on business ideas. I'm stepping away from the self-development. However, I've got my notes that I've taken over the last 100 days on self-development that I keep revisiting, and I keep, you know, hammering into my mind, into my conscious, and, you know, I keep, you know, strengthening those things that I've learned, those little pieces that I've picked up along the way. You know, some things is just as simple as, you know, letting emotions be fluid, not concentrating in anything negative, not concentrating in any kind of anger thing, just let it pass right through. You know, the simple thing that I mentioned a few videos back of for every negative thought, counter it with 2 positive thoughts. Just self-control, self-motivation, just calmness, and these are all kind of a vague term. You know, they all have, you know, I'm just kind of rattling off some vagaries, but there's a purpose to the change, and I'm very well aware of that. I understand that now. You know, when I initially started going down the self-development, I just kind of rolled with it because it felt good, it felt right. But now I understand that was a development that I need. I need to overcome myself in order to do the next step and develop myself in the business side of things. But just that natural unfolding, that perfect timing, day 102, and I'm excited again, refreshed, ready to go, and taking a step-by-step process to launch something off the ground within the next 30 days. And again, not a huge entity that I intend on creating, but just a completion of that goal. And the funny thing is the path that it's taking me, the path of this little project that I'm going to develop. I'm going to learn little techniques, little nuances of the internet, little things that I've never really looked into, never really reflected upon, different social media, social outlets that are out there, that are you know, may have been out there for years, but they're coming of age, and people are really starting to get into the social aspect online. You know, I might be a little behind the 8 ball on that here in 2015, but at the same time, it's still fresh. It's still, you know, it's still that huge changing point in the human psyche. It's still the birth of the Industrial Revolution, for an example. You know, it's still in that infancy stage, and there's still so much to come from it. And you know, the more I can take in, the more I can learn, the stronger and better prepared I'll be for what's coming. And I'm aware of that, and it's just interesting that now the ether's kind of put me back on that path of investigating and learning that and experimenting with it, and trying to make you know, some way to generate an e-commerce and an online income, and an online project, and you know, all those kind of things that'll come with that, and then develop that into, you know, whatever the next step might be. But there's going to be a lot of positive that'll come out of this project. There's no doubt in my mind. Even in the end, if it's a failure, if there's no money that's generated, no income that's generated from it, it is what it is. So I will go from there, and but it'll be good stuff. So anyway, feeling good. Perfect timing. Day 102. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.